Danny Stride up for frame 2. Wow. Ball rolls up to the 1-2, trips out the 6 pin for a brookie strike. Both players evenly matched, although Dan Stride struggling to make the pocket at the moment. Wow, lane 8 is fried. Ball rolling really early on lane 8. Phil Scammell's ball rolling through the head pin, very full, leaving the 3. Be interesting to see who can get the deepest at the moment, because it is a case of getting further and further left at the moment. Or going down to a weaker ball, perhaps. See who can read the lane quickest. At the moment, I would have said Phil Scammell has a slight upper hand because he's played on this pair for the last 4 games, and having shot the best part of 900 for those. However, having said that, Danny Stride looks to be nearing the pocket. That was a much closer shot. It's slightly heavy, trips the 4 pin out of the 4-9 lead, leaving just a 9. Yes, do that, Dave, definitely should. Both players opening this first game. A little bit tentative, trying to feel the lane, because the lane condition seems to have a bit of a burned track just to the right of where both players are playing, or just on where both players are playing, and they need to get further left of it in order to score. Both players opening up with a spare strike spare. Phil Scammell's up on frame 4 first. His ball going through 5th arrow, rolling nicely through the head pocket, trips the 9 pin, gives him a strike. He moves on to 60 in the 3rd, with a strike in the 4th. Danny Stride, spare strike spare, up for the 4th frame now. And that is the 2nd time he's gone in the brook on that lane and struck. I didn't know we had a lefty in the final. Just a little reminder for those of you who are not paying attention, Phil Scammell has an extra 10 pins for the total. To add to his total, 5 pins a game he gets for being over 50. Doesn't matter how many he is over 50, just getting 5. Scammell up on lane 5, looking to double. Ball not going long enough, rolling too early. Goes through to 1-2. This is going to be the story of this match. Who can get the ball to go longest first? And he leaves the 6 pin. Converts the spare with relative ease. Ball change for Dan Stride. He's gone with something less aggressive, less surface, that goes longer. And he doubles frame 4 and 5. So upper hand now. Looking to be with Dan Stride. Just 10 pins as an advantage. We'll see what Phil Scammell can do. Maybe seeing Dan change ball to something less reactive will encourage him to do something different, but he's insisting on going through 5th arrow. Good shot from Phil. 10 back right off the deck. Good shot. He moves on to 100 in the 5th with a strike in the 6th. Danny Stride on 60 in the 3rd with a double frames 4 and 5. Just change that wrong. Here's the ball change. And it works nicely for him. Both lanes is finding the shot. Good shot, Daniel Stride. That shot gives Danny maintaining the 10 pins advantage. If both players strike in frame 7, Phil Scammell's up for frame 7 now. Difference will be 20. See what Phil can do. We have a ball change for Phil as well, but he's dropped it inside. Oh, not a good shot. He's disappointed himself there. Again, the ball rolling through, too high on the pocket. And he leaves the 310. Little baby split. Looking to bounce the ball off the 3 pin onto the 10 or the 3 pin onto the 10 pin. We'll see what his method is for this. He hits the 3 pin too full, doesn't get the bounce, and he leaves the 10 pin standing. So Phil Scammell opens his 7th frame. Danny Stride fully in the driving seat now. Really good ball change, and let's see whether he can maintain that throughout. Absolutely, he's flush. No messing about from Dan Stride. That's 4 in a row. What an inspired ball change. Frames 4, 5, 6, 7, all strikes. Ball change after frame 3. After frame 4, I should say, actually, but the 4th frame being that brookie strike. Phil Scammell, 22 the difference already. It's pretty good. It's a good shot. Phil Scammell loving lane 7. He's struck 4 out of 4 on lane 7, 3 9 spares and an 8-1 on lane 8. As I was saying earlier, even this morning in this morning squad, the two lanes playing ever so slightly different, getting a little bit more hook on lane 8. Right, Danny Stride, frame 8. He's up. A bit wide. Oh my days, the ball rolls really early, rolls to the brook. Hits light on a 1-2, leaving a 5 pin. I believe that one is it. Yes, I do. Hello. Yes, I do. Okay, frame 9 now. Let's see if Phil can make up the 31 pins the difference. If he strikes, the difference will be reduced to 21. He's so deep on the right-hand lane. Oh, and he doesn't get the carry he wants, leaving the 9-pin again. I don't think he can go for it much further left, can he? Maybe it was a tad inside. Oh, no problem. Makes the spare. Danny Stride on lane 7. This is frame 9. Not getting the right angle, Danny Stride. Leaves the 7-pin. You see the 10-pin get tapped out with the 6, but too much angle, too steep an angle into the pocket, leaving the 7. A ball change for Phil Scammell. I reckon he'll probably make it after the 10th frame. Yeah, good shot from Phil. He likes lane 7. That's 5 from 5. You see how deep he is. Excellent shot. 6 of 6. Danny Stride opting to let Phil Scammell finish this game. Yeah, it's a good finish from Phil. It's his lowest game in the final so far. Good shot, Danny Stride. That is a strike in the 9th frame. Strike in the 10th frame, giving him 208 in the 9th. Quite a hefty advantage of 42 pins he's going to have in after the end of this game if he can strike on the next ball. Ball change from Dan Stride, really working out for him. It's opened the lane up nicely. Phil Scammell, I'm suspecting, will throw a field shot with the ball change he's about to make. Cracking shot. Danny Stride, that's a double in frames 10 and 11. Well, frame 10, balls 10 and 11. Looking ominous. Looking extremely comfortable, Dan Stride. Really, really impressive. So 238 start for Dan. 196 plus 5 for Phil.
So he's on 201. 37 pins the difference. Everything to play for with one game to go. However, if Phil does win this game, Danny gets a second crack at the cherry. Second bite of the apple, however you want to go for it. And we'll see what the deficit can be. Good shot from Phil. Actually missed the shot. Didn't see what ball he was using. I would suspect he's going to stick with that one on that lane. He has struck every shot with it. Yeah, he is sticking with the same ball. Wow, you just see the ball roll so early. Dan Stride missing inside, the ball rolling up, hitting the 1-2 side of the head pin, leaving the 10 pin. Never in doubt. Phil looking to work away that deficit. Ball change on lane 8. He strikes for the first time in this final game. Sigh of relief, I think, as more than anything else, as he comes back, having struck on lane 8. That's a double. Frame 1 and 2. Danny Stride, good shot. A bit flat. Not getting the angle again. He leaves the 10 pin, this time in a different fashion to the last one. Light in the 1-3 pocket this time, leaving the 10 pin. So Phil Scammell already taken 10 pins back from Dan here. So out of the 37 he needs to make up, Phil Scammell will take his 5 off that, 32. Plus the 10 he's just made up, so 22 the difference. We're only 3 frames, or 3 frames into this match. This is frame 3. Phil Scammell working a double. It's close. It's a great shot from Phil. So that is a strike every shot from Phil Scammell on lane 7. It's a pretty good stat. So after that, there was a slight pause. We are straight back with Danny, who's going to take frame 3. Nice shot. Good shot down stride. So that's frame 3 finished. Phil can strike here. He's actually made 21 pins back from his 37. Massive. Massive. That's why they're all so far left. Also, no, but what I mean is, Richie and Phil were both very far left when they started. So you have to be further left, yeah. So a brookie strike from Phil. That does decrease the gap by another 10. Dan looking to strike here on frame 4. It's just a touch inside, and again he leaves that 10 pin. Lane 7 playing that just ever so slightly longer, and he's not getting the same ball reaction as lane 8. This is the third 10 pin of this game, all of which have looked very convincing. Yep, let's get this show on the road. Although I have a weird feeling that Scammers.
It's not a burst. What's the other one?
I was going to think Phil's going to win this game. Unless Dan can get this ball to hook better on lane 7, because lane 8 he's got a natural shot. He's going to strike every time. But on 7 he can't get the carry. He can't get the shape right. So he hasn't carried now. Whoa. That's the first shot Phil's really put in that's been bad in this final. He just missed inside by probably 2.5, 3 boards. Ball going Brook, not quite fully to the 1-2 pocket, leaving the 6 pin. You can see the disappointment on his face. Yeah, he's geeing himself up, trying to keep himself going. Knows he needs to strike. Still looking good for Phil Scammell. We'll see what happens. This is Dan's chance to now capitalise. If he can strike frame 5, this is his good lane. Oh, he's missed inside as well. Both bowlers getting a little bit tense maybe. He misses his shot, his target through the arrows, a couple of boards, and the ball rolls up, leaving the 3-6. Put my teeth back in. He leaves the 3-9. So the 3 pin with a sleeper behind it. He's going to use the same reactive ball that he uses for the strike shot for the spare. I'm suspecting he's going to throw it a little bit further to the right than his strike shot. Oh, the ball rolls up too much. And unfortunately the ball didn't go far enough right before it hooked. And I suppose that's the problem when playing on a condition that's got a tube track, where all the bowlers have been playing in a certain part of the lane. So, advantage Phil. He's now 43 ahead. See what we can do on lane 8. This is obviously, bearing in mind Phil's using 2 different bowling balls. So this is the weaker shot he's using on the right hand lane. Oh, it just overhooks slightly. Leaves him the 4 pin. Lane 8 really hooking sharply. Both players suffering the same lane condition. They're both playing a similar sort of shot, and both quite deep on the lane. When I say deep, of course, what I really mean is they're very far left on the approach. So Phil, I think, is probably about 15 left of big dot, probably around 35, board 35. Danny Stride a little bit inside that, but with a weaker ball. So playing very similar to the break point. Just going to update the scores for you.
See if he can get. Oh, he's gone a bit wider. Looking for a bit more angle. Carries light in the pocket. Dan Stride. Strikes frame 6. 42 the difference. Remembering 37 was the difference in the first game. It's actually 10 at the moment. Phil has 10 pins up advantage on Dan. If Dan can double frame 6 and 7, we'll see what happens, but the gap will then close to nothing with 3 frames left to play. Let's see what Phil can do. It's a great shot. He has been superb. Playing 5th arrow, the ball goes just ever so slightly to the left, probably hitting 26 through the arrows, going out, coming back nicely. He strikes on lane 7. Just 1 frame he hasn't struck on lane 7. Great bowling, very consistent. See what Dan can do. Oh, again, a bit slow, a bit inside. He's just got the shot wrong. Left the 3-6. You can see him talking to himself. He's shaking his head. He knows he's put a bad shot in. Missed the opportunity there to capitalise. We're actually going to go to a decider here. The difference remaining at 42 and the overall difference of 10. Again, we'll see what happens now. Dan bringing the 6-pin back up the gutter. That's skills, like that. Ooh. So a slight delay, waiting for the pin to be cleared. It's gone now. Phil's up for frame 8. He's inside on lane 8, but he goes Brook. You can see just the ball overhooking every shot. The player's really having a fight now. So Danny Stride, lane 7. It's a good shot. It's ever so slightly high. Carries them all though. Phil Scammell now with a 22 pin how many advantage? Sorry, bad maths. 52. 52 pins the advantage. Just showing that anything can happen. Scammell working at 268. Dan Stride looking at 216. See what he can do. This is Scammell's favourite lane. That's bang over 5th arrow. Oh, it's right on the money. You can see as the ball goes through 5th arrow, goes slightly wider, hits the dry bit, comes back lovely into the pocket. Chips the 7-10 out, gets both corners, good angle. There we go. Dan Stride double in 8th and 9th frame. Still 20 the difference. If Phil doesn't strike here, Dan Stride is he can get in. 60 pins to play for in this frame. See what happens. Phil needs a strike here. This is lesser favoured lane, but it's in the right place. And it's 10 back. Rips the rack. So Phil Scammell on 238. You can see the two strikes after the 208 on your score, counting as 30. It's close again. Absolutely. No mistake now. Danny Stride opting to let Phil Scammell finish the game, although he's already won by 20. Oh, Phil's last shot, ever so slightly further wide, just maybe testing to see how much room he's got. Not that much. An excellent game from Phil Scammell. A real lesson in how to play the burn. Nice game, Phil. Oh. Lesson in how to play the burn right there. Yeah, don't think that works. Okay, Phil Scammell beats Dan Stride, game 1. Double elimination means you get 2 lives. Dan now has lost once, Phil has also lost once throughout the entire competition. Dan Stride opting not to throw a field shot or anything like that, just making sure that the shot he's playing is the right one.
Right then, you know the rules. Dan has to be beaten twice, because he is the #1 seed. So, they have to play again. Scores will be reset, and then they'll go again. Now the winner will be decided.
And we start all over again.
I've got double trouble. He's had enough
Free beverages? I've paid for mine. Mine on my tab.
Did you?
I've got paid for.
Yeah, and then we can pay for
Yeah. What? Never placed it. Yeah, maybe.
exactly.
Oh, I didn't see. He had 195 last game and 2. Oh, you got that? Yeah.
And he's having a cake.
I've had 4 pieces of cake. Yeah. Again, I've paid my dues.
And he's having a curry later.
Yeah. Like that. Can you leave me the radio? Oh, I was going to say so. I've only got it. Thank you. Oh, he tapped out. Phil missing the shot inside. The ball rolling up on lane 8. Leaves a 6 spin. We've been here before. No mistake on the spare. Every pin matters at this stage. Yeah, good shot. Are they up already, the scores? Yeah. Just for anybody that's interested, the scores for the whole day are already uploaded onto the website. That is the London International website. Great shot from Phil. Something to remember, just a little stat for everybody. He has had 1-9 spare on lane 7. The rest have all been strikes for the last 2 and a bit games. Oh, what a mess that is. Dan Stride goes a bit of a Brooks shot almost, but just lane 8 just rolling up more than lane 7. Both players finding a good bit of hold on lane 7 and scoring nicely. Probably has something to do with the ball return position of where it is. You can see Phil right up against the ball return, his left leg pressed up against it. So this is frame 3. Phil Scummel, spare strike. What can he do now? That's over between first middle arrow and 4th arrow. Straight between, probably over about board 22, board 23. He strikes. Trips out the 10 pin. So that's a double. See what Dan can do on his favourites, lane 7. Rolls too early, he leaves a 4. Yeah, he does leave a 4. Excellent from both bowlers. Seen some really high quality play so far. We've had 2 300s today. Quite brilliant bowling from both players. You see just how far left Phil is. Oh, he's too far right. Smoke, but we'll be back in a sec. So it's the second time Phil hasn't struck on lane 7. Needing both of these, converts to spare nicely. One of you two claiming that? One of you two claiming that? Somebody farted? No, you know what I mean, Governor? Believe me, if I'd done that, I'd not control it. I think somebody needs to. Oh, Dan Stride. Somebody is trying to put me off.
You know what? Oh. You know what? These guys have got problems on lane 8. See that ball grabbed so early. Like
oh, really?
So, yeah.
Well, that lane 8 is burnt out more than 7.
Yeah.
Quite a considerable amount more.
Oh, that's a huge patch down there.
Well, it's because the ball's going too wide too early. If they could get the ball, it needs to be further left. Classic move would be 3-2.
Okay.
Oh, again, just Phil Scammell inside on lane 8. Goes Brook. I'm sure both bowlers are asking if they could just continue bowling on lane 7. Lead shot, these are burn. Oh, there's a nice burn track right about there, isn't there? Whoa! Oh, he's done well there. Ooh, from the crowd. So that's 10 pins to the advantage for Dan. He's had 2 doubles, separated by a 9 spare. Phil Scammell, spare, double, spare, strike. You see just how far left he is. He's completely off your picture to the left of the screen. He's lined up probably around board 39 now. You see his toe, left edge of his toe lining up with 38. He's too far, he's not got the ball wide enough at the break point. He needs to go further right. It's 2 shots in a row, he's just been inside. All he's done is missed a shot twice on lane 7, and suddenly he finds himself 20 pins down. Yeah, good conversion. So Dan Stride made a ball change after his first Brook on this lane. Then he hit Brook with that ball change. See whether he can just bowl the ball in the right place and see what ball he's using. He's sticking with the ball change he just made. Ball rolls too early again, up through the face, leaves the 310. He can't get the ball to go long enough on lane 8. See whether this time he can make the conversion. Ball onto 3 under 10. The ball just scooting past the 3 pin. Okay, so having been ahead by 10, Dan is now behind by 10. Well, in fact, he's behind by 3 at the moment. But a ball change from Phil. Not like in lane 8. He's still with the original strike shot on lane 7, who he was using earlier, but he's now changed ball again on lane 8. Both bowlers really struggling with that burn. And again, when I'm talking about the burn or transition of the lanes, there's just a patch that is drier than the rest of the lane. That's a good shot from Phil. Great ball. Yeah, apparently so. That's a great ball change. So we'll see what can happen. See whether Dan Stride makes a ball change on this lane. So he's sticking with the original. Wow! You see the ball hit the wet. That channel that they're playing in is quite narrow. He just misses to the right, hits the oil that's there from the original dress. Ball skids on before it turns left and just goes past the headpin. Leaves the 1-2. Usually a simple conversion, but on a condition which is ever changing like this, anything can happen. We'll see. He's wide again, and that would have taken 3 off the right hand side. That's an 8 miss in the middle of this game. Like I said, easy conversion, but on a condition that's changing like this, made quite difficult. Very tense final at the moment. Again, you can see just Phil Scammell completely off his shot to the left of the lane. He's lined up probably on about 40, board 40 now. Ooh, ball rolls early, but this time he's got the measure of the lane and he strikes on lane 7. That's a good double. pressure firmly on Danny Stride. He's gone from being 10 ahead, 2 opens in a row, and he's now 50 behind. He'll be asking himself, how did that happen? A complete change of tactic here. Dan Stride has moved everything, everything to the right. He's trying to miss the channel altogether. It's a brave move. If it works, it could be genius. It's not the normal or the status quo for playing the burn that they're experiencing. But there's only a burn in a certain part of the lane, so if they go to the right of that, they'll miss it out completely, playing on what would be the original condition almost, because nobody has played that far right. Apart from Steve Kay, maybe played a little bit earlier. But again, when he did that, he didn't score anything more than 180. So we'll see. Phil Scammell, wow! Even that ball rolling really early goes to Brooke. The crowd love it as he converts his double into a turkey. So many of them double, haven't they? It's pretty close. Good shot. Good shot from Dan Stride. It's a good double. Good recovery after the 2 opens in the middle of this game. That's his 3rd double in this. Phil Scammell looking at 258. Dan Stride looking at 223. If my maths serve me correctly. You see just how wide he is on the approach. Ball hitting light. What is he left? He's left the 2-4-10. Worst frame to leave it. 10th frame. Mega pins to be made in the 10th frame. Dan Stride, as he has done throughout, going to let Phil take the spare. Now we've seen this conversion earlier when Phil was playing Richie Teese. Both players converting this, or the 2-10 without the 4. Same principle, 2 pin onto the 2, onto the 4, 2 pin onto the 10 pin, and he converts the spare nicely. Good cover. That's an extra 10 pins bonus there, especially after a strike or a double. Mega pins to be lost when you after a double. Obviously, every pin counting after the strike is 2 rather than 1. So Dan Stride waiting for Phil Scammell to finish the whole of this game. Remembering when we were watching Phil earlier, he ripped the inside of his thumb, so a little bit of patch tape, and he continues. He's lined up on board 40. The ball goes too wide. Again, leaves the 2 pin. That means he's got a little bit of room to go, but he finishes on 224 plus 5, so he's on 229. Brave move you see from Dan Stride. He misses right, the ball just sits there. Hits the edge of the oil, just sits there. Ouch. You see the pins disappear. 182 finish for Dan Stride. 42-47.
Scap. Bore me down,
Phil Scammell really has been superb through this final. There's only 1 game left. We've seen how quickly a deficit can turn around.
We have the Legends one. You know, I was teasing Chris back. I said, Chris, you should be here. This guy's Reggie. I
Hey, Chris. Regiers, I'm going to put him there.
Phil's up on the approach to the left of your screen. So far to the left, I may as well just move the camera.
Oh!
Good shot, Phil Scammell. Oh, nice. So, both players opening with a strike, frame 1. Something maybe to consider, Phil Scammell will finish this game on the difficult lane, which is lane 8. We've seen a deficit of 50 pins turn around earlier. I wonder if we can see the same thing again.
Yeah, bro.
So Phil on lane 8. Can he get the ball to go long enough? Oh, he can, but it slaps. The rolling messenger falls off the back of the deck. And the 10 pins stands up. That was a weak shot in the pocket. Phil trying to get the ball to go long enough. Just kissing your too long, going too long before the ball gets into the roll. So 10-pin conversion. Phil Scammell, no problem. See whether Dan Cutsride can strike on the left-hand lane, lane 7. Dan setting himself up probably around board 28 with his feet. A slight drift to the left. You'll see as he steps right, he finishes, lines up on board 39 with his feet as well as Phil. Light hit, he gives a double. So first blood to Dan. Dan must stay clean and try and strike as much as he can. Aim of the game, I suppose. We'll see whether he can maintain that. All right. Wow. Ball rolls up too early on lane 7. And Phil leaves the 6-pin. Just had a request for the carrot cake for next year, but it has icing. As they have done throughout, Phil Scammell going first, Dan Stride second. Phil Scammell strike 9 spare, 9 spare. He's on 39 in the second with a spare in the third. Dan Stride up for frame 3 now, working a double. Deficit, remember, of 47. So this game, Dan Stride must win by 53 because Phil's got 5 pins for this game as well. And it's a good shot from Dan Stride. He kicks out both the 7-10 late, but that's a strike. A really brave move from Dan Stride here. You see him move right the way across on the right-hand lane. Phil Scammell persevering, trying to get the ball long through the burn, or out to the burn. We'll see what he can do.
Thank you.
So Phil Scammell. Oh, good shot. Rips the rack, 6-pin hits the side, trips the 10 out. It's a lovely shot. Dan can do here. Must strike. Oh, he's left the 4-7. Too high in the pocket. Dan opting to play hard and straight. Takes the conversion nicely. Dan ahead by 19 at the moment. So he's made inroads of 19 into his 52. 33 pins still needed to make up. See whether Phil can strike and double. Big frame this. Ball goes too long. Ball doesn't roll up enough. He's disappointed in himself. He walks off to the left. He's left a really difficult 2-8-10. Don't see this picked up very much. You're generally hoping for a bounce out. So he's choosing to opt and play straight at the 2-8. Oh, he's missed them all after a strike, so that's 4 pins he's lost there. So we'll see what Dan can do. Remembering he's taking a bold move and moved everything right on the right hand lane. He's hit the dry. Yep, ball rolls up. That's the 3-6-9-10. He's missed the shot inside, hits the dry a bit, the ball hooks, and unfortunately he's left with a difficult spare. You need the ball to be travelling in the right angle through the one at the 3-6 when you go for this. And unfortunately that difficult spare is open. Both players opening this frame. So, opening the 5th frame, Dan Stride ahead by 20, down overall by 32. 7 frames to go, 6 frames to go. Stay with us for the final. This is the London International, 6 frames to go, so all to play for. Phil Scammell finding a little bit of hole with that ball. Strikes in the 6th frame of the 2nd game of this match. Still plus 32. See whether Dan can respond. Must respond here in order to keep the game close. It's close. Not close enough. He's gone high again. Ball's rolled up high. He's left the 4 pin. That's twice on that lane now. Easy conversion for Dan. Just an indication of just how far across the approach Phil Scammell starts. just missed that shot. You see, just grabbed it a little bit at the bottom. Missing his target to the left. Leaves a 6-pin. Quite a lucky leave, really.
I'm going to be bowling 12.35.
Easy conversion. Makes it look nice and simple. Dan can actually make up 10 pins here if he strikes out. Must strike here though. It's pretty close. Doesn't get the mix he wanted. Leaves a 7-pin standing. Danny Stride, another easy conversion for him. So Phil Scammell on the difficult lane 8. He's maintaining playing the burn. Hits the dry bit, but it doesn't react quite enough because it was a little bit quick. He's left the 2-7. Again, quite a standard lead when the ball's going around the back of the head pin. Just not making the ball, the roll enough to the pocket. Ball just not reading the lane enough there. He's going for the... Oh, and he's missed the 2-pin to the left. He's disappointed with that. And difficult game. It's very close now. Dan can strike here, giving him 142 in the 7th. He will in fact be 32 ahead. Bearing in mind he needs to win by 52. It's pretty close. Whoa. Oh, it's rolled to the brook. Doesn't matter how it goes. These will be probably some of the toughest conditions that these guys have had to face throughout the day. With the who's been playing on them. Again, I'm going to just move across. Just showing how wide he is. And again, the ball rolling up too early. Leaves the 3-10. Again, you aim with the game, ball onto the 3, onto the 10. Just about. Little baby split there. We've seen some excellent spares from Phil throughout this tournament. Especially on the live stream, you've seen the 4-7-10 conversion, the 2-10 conversion, the 2-4-10 conversion. Oh, that's a good shot now. Here we go. Pressure's really on now. Remember, 53 Dan must beat Phil Scammell in this game by. Dan is looking at a max score of 232. Phil Scammell are looking at a max score of 180. So if both players were to strike out, the difference would in fact be 52. All to play for. This is the 10th frame of the final of London International. £500. the difference in prize money between first and second. Phil Scammell strikes. Frame 1. I think we're going to see Dan wait for Phil to finish the entire frame, as he has done throughout. So Phil Scammell looking at 180 max game. This has almost come down to the 10th frame now. Phil Scammell, he's on the... Yeah! And he carries nicely. It's a good carry. It may only be looking for a 180 game, but this could well be the deciding factor. He's just doubled on the difficult lane 8, in the 10th frame.
For yourself, buddy.
Oh, low count.
Good.
Okay. 7 count. So with the combined totals and handicap and everything else, Phil Scammell will finish on 4-1-1. Must strike. Here we go, there's one. Remember, Dan Stride, runner-up last year. This one he must strike in order to give himself a chance. It's very close. He's going to roll too early. Oh, and that's it. An 8 count here. The crowd know the result. And the conversion gives him a game of 220.
Right then, that concludes an extremely close final. Congratulations to both of them. The winner is Phil Scammell.
Yeah, the difference of 9 pins. Phil Scammell, remember, he takes 5 pins a game bonus, winning by 9. Showing you the importance of a high count after a strike. With the 7 miss after a strike earlier, had he made sure he maintained 2, he would have won scratch, regardless of handicap. A really tough final. The winner is Phil Scammell. Danny Stride, a second-year runner-up in this tournament. Thanks, Craig. Catch you later. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. The presentation will follow very shortly. I did smile. I changed. Oh, okay.
I know, man. You should have been. Fuck that biscuit, man. You should have been there.
How about now?
Fuck off. It's not an ass. Doesn't matter. You should have been the fucking final. Fuck off. Man. I want your brother. I want you. I don't know. I want you. That's you the one I'm watching. That's on my seat. That's I would tell CJ. What? Yeah, you're very blowing. And nobody's doing fucking give it.
So this will be the presentation, and just bear with us. It will be momentarily, a couple of minutes. The presentation will take
I just
place.
see the future. We're just gonna be the legend. Okay.
All the awards have been given out already for the prizes for anybody that finished 5th or lower, I believe. You got your prize money already? No. Oh, you're going to get that now.
I get to stand next to it.
Hey.
No, little no.
No, you were with Hayley, weren't you?
Huh?
You and Hayley were joint 5th.
No, because I got to step ladder.
Oh, you finished 4th, didn't you?
So I get to go. Well done, guys. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Sorry. No, I'm not happy with it. Right, no, carry on.
Oh, she ain't happy with you for having a position, mate. You should be
What, for 4?
Yes, mate. No, exactly. Don't come into bowl. Come into win. Exactly.
We're off.
It's all right for your mum, and she gives away the trophy. Look at her, look. She's got no worries.
I need something to talk about. Should I pretend to shake her hand and miss it? I'm like, hey.
Or you can just give you a kiss.
Yeah.
I do wish more tournaments were given live streaming. It would be wicked, because I wouldn't have to then go to them to watch them. You don't have to travel 200 miles or whatever it is up north. They'd be supported better, I think. You could just tune in on a Sunday when you're sort of doing the housework or at home, yeah. Although it does involve somebody having live streaming equipment. That's alright. Your views are right
Take a
back.
picture of you getting jumped.
Hello. Look, what our views are right back.
Take a picture of you.
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa! What's going on? Views. Go and beat him up.
Archie, man.
She should beat you up live on camera. We're not getting there in the first episode. I'm telling my kid. I'm telling my kid.
Zoom right in.
9-year-old kid like, hello Richie.
How many
Maybe not. Only messing.
It's just a bit, you know. I know he's got a film.
Don't let him see that.
He's just respecting the legend. Okay, he's old.
Yeah, how do you feel beaten by an old timer?
Oh, it hurts, isn't it? He asked it. How do you feel getting Bill Bell?
It's alright because it's Scammell. He's a legend.
He is the legend of the English games.
Yeah.
We know that.
Are they going to hurry up or what?
Yeah, I hope so. Andy James is taking some. He's just taking some funky snaps.
How about this one? Phil's son. No, this is Phil's son.
I know it's
How do you feel getting beaten by the legend?
Twice.
Ouch. Yeah, but he's got a broken foot, look. Of course he beat you.
Don't admit it.
You beat him.
Phil beat me twice.
Second. But you hate it already on the second bit. Can't make it third.
Did he beat you?
Still young.
Oh yeah, he beat you earlier, didn't he?
Yeah, isn't it?
I was like, oh, not again.
Isn't
Damn
it?
it.
Hey Richie, Molly's not about the age.
It's impressive that he lost.
Ball again next year.
Phil lost a match earlier and hasn't lost since. It's crazy, really, isn't it? In the final, that was his lowest game, obviously, but he must have averaged about 215 on that. He's really consistent playing.
No.
You and Phil, you burnt a track so badly in that. You probably.
It wasn't me.
What a
I was
lie!
left from surface. Unlucky.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, let's make a start on the presentation.
Next year, short.
Firstly, as per usual, a few thanks. Thanks, bye.
Oh man, it's only 4. Sorry.
Oh no, we're going to be. Who did our focus on? Make you all dizzy.
Right then, sorry, let's get on with it. Firstly, obviously, big thank you to all the bowlers that entered this year. Thank you very much, particularly those that have struggled. Thank you.
This is the presentation for the London International Airport Bowl 2012.
A big thank you to my
Cubic
staff.
AMF.
Everyone's worked very, very hard, particularly the technicians, and the chief is actually here for a change. Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
So Emma's just going through some quick thank yous to her staff and everybody that was involved in the tournament,
Right,
running
and then
it
there are a
behind.
few people that this wouldn't have come off without it, and I wouldn't have lived through the last few days without them. Starting with the lovely Jerry, who did a sterling job giving us a hand yesterday, and sold cakes all day today, all day.
Now just focusing over here while we do the quick thank you presentation. Jerry Forsyth.
And of course, there has been somebody sat up the top, doing his non-stop talking throughout the live streaming, all of yesterday afternoon, all of the Desperado, all of the final draw, and has been hitting the Cracador this morning, and has done his commentary on the live stream all day. Thank you, Martin.
I'm Richard! And it's on camera! Happy fighting! Oh, everybody else is Mike, it's Tesco's.
Right. Then, notably, Pace drew a number of squads, and had the full entered, he would have qualified. But he's been there, every single squad, hasn't missed a single one. Faithfully scored all the way through, never moved, always reliable. It's Promo! Oh.
Nice, Mo! Richie will have it when he gets on.
And then to Brenda.
He won't get a chance.
I don't think so.
No, he won't get a chance.
Now this is definitely a lady that I could never ever do this tournament without. We have just done the last 3 AI. We must be bonkers.
Just a quick reminder that this is obviously the third London International this year, because we do the juniors, yaks and adults all separately. Last year they tried doing it with the yaks and juniors together, and it meant for a very long finals day, etc. But this time round they were given their own event. Proved very successful with a difficult pattern put down. This one a bit of a middle of the road, still tricky. You can see how it broke down and made it difficult.
We need to say thank you to this young lady. Somewhere, somebody's got to thank you for us. You don't get away with it,
Well held, right?
Really?
So this award is presented to Emma as a little thank you by Raymundo Teese, who helped design the London International pattern.
So I would just like to warn the people coming up to the podium, somebody painted it and it isn't fully dry yet, so please mind your clothes.
Brilliant. The London International podium was painted earlier today and is in fact not quite dry yet.
And a trophy, Biscuit, Richard Teese.
Richard Teese.
Olympic team.
Richard Teese finishing 4th, receiving his trophy in £300.
£400 is Stephen Kay.
Stephen Kay. He receives £400 in his trophy. Did pretty well considering.
Bit closer, Biscuit. Bit closer. No, not that close.
Winning £600, Danny Stride.
Daniel Stride, second year in a row. He's been runner-up. See you later.
Have a nice evening.
And you.
And the winner and champion of the London International 2012, Phil Scammell.
And our winner for 2012 London Internationals Airport Runner Airport Bowl, Phil Scammell.
Yeah, but you can never win, Jamaica again. No, he's won with
Phil's head's a little bit high.
Might have to stand up the back for the photo this time.
Mind your head.
Your top 4 finalists.
There's that warning secretary.
Right, any more photos, quick?
Be smart, Steve.
That concludes the presentation of this year's London International. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Right, thank you once again, everybody. Obviously, we'll be back next year. We might have a date change on the cards next year because unfortunately we do clash with the Worlds out in Vegas. So we are considering a date change next year. So I wish you all a very safe journey home. Thank you.